Coming up on the Daily O, a community in Oklahoma left without water.
And food stamp benefits in Oklahoma are running out of time. All this and more is coming up. The Daily O starts now.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the Daily O. I'm Tyler Tripodi.
And I'm Reagan Lee. We're glad you're with us. Students in Fairview were released early today after a citywide water outage disrupted the school day. Fairview Public Schools said buses would begin running at 10 a.m. and parents were asked to pick up students as soon as possible. Anyone not picked up by then was to remain with staff in the building until parents arrived. City officials say the outage stems from a failure in the work of the Fairview Utilities Authority, which noticed residents may experience little to no water during the disruption. Residents were told to conserve water and to anticipate continuing water impacts. The district and city are coordinating to restore service and safe conditions for returning students.
Oklahoman's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, otherwise known as SNAP, is facing a disruption due to the ongoing federal government shutdown. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has informed Oklahoma Human Services that federal funding for SNAP will be suspended starting November 1st, 2025. Currently, over 684,600 Oklahomans rely on SNAP benefits to supplement their monthly food purchases. Oklahoma Human Services advises SNAP households to continue using their existing EBT cards until October 31st. The status of benefits beyond that date remains uncertain. Recipients are urged to budget carefully and protect their EBT cards from fraud, as electronically stolen benefits will not be refunded.
Oklahoma Attorney General Gentner Drummond is sounding the alarm over issues with the state's Medicaid managed care system. In a letter to the Oklahoma Health Care Authority, Drummond highlighted significant concerns affecting pediatric care providers. Drummond reports that small community-based pediatric providers are facing severe financial strain due to reduced reimbursements, payment withholdings, and bureaucratic delays. He warns that without immediate action, these failures could dismantle the state's pediatric care network, leaving children across all 77 counties without access to necessary services. The Attorney General has called on the Oklahoma Health Care Authority to review its contracts with managed care organizations and address these deficiencies promptly. He emphasizes that failure to act could lead to widespread closures and reduced health care access for Oklahomans.
The State Board of Education has unanimously approved a $4 billion budget request for the 2027 fiscal year. This marks the first budget proposal under new State Superintendent Lyndall Fields, who took office earlier this month. The approved budget maintains current funding levels with a modest $23.7 million increase attributed to rising insurance premiums for educators. Notably, the proposal eliminates an earlier $50,000 expense for a civil rights movement curriculum, reflecting a shift from the previous administration's priorities. The Oklahoma legislature will review this budget request during the 2026 session with potential approval in early 2026. If passed, it would continue the state's commitment to supporting education without significant changes to current funding structures.
In El Reno, a police officer remains in critical condition following a hit-and-run incident. Sergeant Thomas Duran, a 14-year veteran of the El Reno Police Department, was struck by a vehicle with conversing with a pedestrian near Watson Wilson. The driver fled the scene, but the pedestrian used the officer's radio to call for help. Sergeant Duran was airlifted to OU Health in Oklahoma City, where he underwent surgery and remains in the ICU. The Fraternal Order of Police reports that while Sergeant Duran is still alive, his condition has not improved and the family faces difficult decisions. A 25-year-old man has been arrested in connection with the incident, though formal charges have not yet been filed.
It's been clear day, but with storms on the horizon, we've got some things to look out for tonight into tomorrow. Let's check in with Grayson Buchanan in the Weather Center. Grayson?
Thank you, guys. Just like they said, storms are on the way, but as of right now, it is 78 degrees and it also feels like 78. We also have a 13-mile-per-hour wind coming out of the northeast, and as you can see with this view off campus, it is partly cloudy, and just like they said, it will rain these next couple of days. Let's take it back to the desk.
All right, Grayson, we look forward to hearing more about that. When we return, OSU's Speakers Board released the hint video for this semester. We'll show you the clues.
And fall is underway in Oklahoma. We'll show you why the trees may not look like it. The Daily O returns right after this.
Got a computer issue? Meet AB Computers, Stillwater's trusted experts in computer repairs. We understand how important your devices are to you. That's why we offer fast turnaround times, so you're never disconnected for long.
Hello, my name is Roger Smith. I'm the owner of AB Computers here in Stillwater. I offer excellent services for repairs, upgrades, custom build of systems. I do Mac and PC repair. I've got best prices on pretty much everything you can look for.
We service all types of computers, from PCs and gaming rigs to tablets and everything in between. Whatever your tech needs, AB Computers is your one-stop solution. Whether it's a locked screen, a sluggish system, or any other tech trouble, AB Computers has you covered. Visit us at 211 North Perkins Road, Suite number 10, right next to Walmart. Our new location offers easy access and plenty of parking, making it more convenient than ever to get the expert help you need.
Ace in the Bowl Salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl Salsa is an olive oil based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
Earlier today, the OSU Speakers Board dropped a hint video for its next speaker. The video contained a golf swing, a mallet, WD-40, as well as references to Poppy Soda and Red Bull. The video also featured someone watching the theme song of iCarly and an episode of the Dancing with the Stars podcast. The clues together reveal the identity of the next guest who will be featured here on campus on November 12th. While the Speakers Board refused to confirm or deny who the guest was, they were happy to inform me that my guess was incorrect. No Jordan Fisher on campus yet, it seems, Reagan.
Well, I'm excited to find out who it is. As autumn settles in across Oklahoma, many are noticing a subtle shift in the landscape. This year's fall foliage is displaying more muted tones with shades of amber, gold, and russet, replacing the vibrant reds and oranges typically expected. Experts attribute this year's subdued colors to a combination of factors: warmer temperatures, less rainfall, and a delayed onset of cooler weather. These conditions have affected the timing and intensity of the color changes in many areas. Despite the softer hues, the season still offers picturesque scenes for those eager to experience the fall colors. Areas like Wichita Mountains and the Ozarks are still showcasing beautiful foliage. If you're planning to catch the fall colors, it's best to head out soon. With the forecast calling for rain and cooler temperatures later this week, the window for peak viewing may be closing.
Speaking of that forecast, it looks like severe weather chances and rain will plague the state for the next 48 hours. Let's go now to Grayson Buchanan in the Weather Center to see what else we should be on the lookout for. Grayson?
Thanks, guys. Just like they said, we do have rain on the way, so let's check out the radar. You can see that as tonight ends, we are going to have storms popping up around the Stillwater area. And as we continue and go into tomorrow, you will see that those storms unfortunately don't go anywhere as heavier rain picks up and we start getting into the severe weather category. And then again, as we keep going on into Saturday, we can see that the storms are going to remain present until finally by maybe midday, late afternoon, we will see those storms eventually clear out. Some things that you need to watch out for this weekend, though. One, like we said, we're going to have heavier rain. Two, falling temperatures are going to come along with that rain. And finally, we're going to have cloud coverage, so those sunny days we know are gone for the near future. Let's take it back to the desk.
All right, Grayson, we'll be sure to stay weather aware. When we return, the U.S. debt is reaching historic highs.
And a controversial renovation of the White House is underway. We'll show you the progress. The Daily O returns right after this.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it, it never made to the line. Dad was excited that They're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy, as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in a food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
In a historic and alarming moment for the U.S. economy, the national debt has surpassed $38 trillion, marking the fastest accumulation of a $1 trillion increase outside of the pandemic era. This spike comes as the country faces a running federal government shutdown and mounting interest payment burdens that threaten to squeeze other priorities. Analysts warn that the rising debt load will push up borrowing costs for everything from home mortgages to business loans, reduce wage growth, and limit future investment. Treasury officials say this milestone underscores the urgency for lawmakers to get fiscal policy under control. The warning, failure to act could destabilize markets, weaken the dollar, and place an increasing financial burden on future generations.
The Trump administration has begun the demolition and reconstruction of the East Wing of the White House to make way for a massive new 90,000 square foot ballroom. The project, privately funded and estimated to cost up to $250 million or more, is moving forward despite the lack of formal approval from the federal agency that typically oversees building changes in Washington. Officials say the East Wing offices will be temporarily located, and the new structure will connect to the main mansion via a glass bridge. Historic preservation groups and many residents are sounding the alarm, saying this is one of the most dramatic alterations to the People's House in decades, and that the usual review process was bypassed. The administration argues the update is overdue, citing inadequate event space in the existing White House, and pledges the project will not cost taxpayers.
In a startling development, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier and Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups were arrested this morning as part of a sprawling federal investigation into illegal sports betting involving NBA insiders and organized crime. Authorities say Rozier allegedly shared confidential league information such as player injury status and game participation that was used to place bets and manipulate outcomes in what the U.S. attorney described as one of the most brazen sports corruption schemes since legalized online betting. More than 30 people are charged across two related cases. One focused on insider betting in the NBA and the other on rigged underground poker games linked to major crime families. The NBA has not yet publicly commented. Rozier's attorney maintains his client was cleared by the league previously and is prepared to challenge the charges.
A new Associated Press analysis reveals a sharp drop in freshman enrollment at many elite U.S. colleges in the 2 years since the Supreme Court ended affirmative action. At 20 selective institutions, nearly all saw smaller shares of black students in 2025 than in 2023, most dramatically at Princeton, where the percentage of new black students fell from 9% to 5%, a level not seen since the 1960s. Princeton's officials say the shift reflects natural fluctuations in the applicant pool and assists their admissions process remains fully compliant with the law. Still, some students and advocates warn that this trend could erode decades of progress towards campus diversity and social mobility.
U.S. officials are expressing strong opposition to Israel's recent steps toward annexing the West Bank. During a visit to Israel, Vice President J.D. Vance criticized a preliminary Knesset vote supporting annexation, calling it a, quote, stupid political stunt, and reaffirming President Trump's firm opposition to any such move. Secretary of State Marco Rubio echoed these concerns, warning that annexation could jeopardize the Trump administration's Gaza peace plan, which includes a ceasefire and steps toward Palestinian statehood. The annexation bill, introduced by far-right lawmakers, narrowly passed its first reading in the Knesset without support from Prime Minister Netanyahu's Likud party. International reactions have been swift, with Saudi Arabia and other Arab nations warning of severe consequences if Israel proceeds with annexation.
Cowgirl softball wraps up their fall season with a bang. Alyssa Brandon is in the Sports Corner with what all went right after this.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Welcome back to the Daily O, and welcome into the Sports Corner. I'm Alyssa Brandon. Now let's see what's going on in sports. Cowgirl softball cruises to conclude their fall season. OSU taking down Garden City Community College 20-1 in their 10-inning exhibition. 8 Cowgirls notch multi-hit performances with 15 total Cowgirls getting a hit. Now in the circle, the pitching staff totaled 19 strikeouts led by ace Ruby Malin. Oklahoma State wraps up their fall slate with a record of 5-2, outscoring their opponents by a margin of 60-19. And for head coach Kenny Gajewski, while the scores have been nice, it's the growth that he's proud of.
Good way to end our fall. Like I just told our team, we've really improved throughout the games that we played. We've still got more practices and some inter squads that we'll do, but I'm real happy with the way we've come from the first game. We got a lot of new people, a lot of young kids that are going through some growing pains, and we got a lot of things to coach to. We'll continue that, but I really like where this team is, and I really like who they are as a team. So should make for a fun year, and excited to see where this team will.
Get ready for some action on the pitch because it's game day for Cowgirl soccer. Oklahoma State is set for its final road trip of the season, taking on Cincinnati. Now, it's definitely not been the season Coach Carmichael would have hoped for, as the 4-10-2 Cowgirls are still looking for their first Big 12 win. But of the 3 games left, this is likely the Cowgirls' best chance. The Bearcats only have 3 wins on the whole year, with just 1 in conference. Kickoff is in a little under an hour at Gettler Stadium at 6 p.m. Last night wrapped up the slate of season openers in the NBA, and a pair of pro pokes showed out in their 2025 debut. Marcus Smart made his Lakers debut off the bench, and to start his 12th year in the league, Smart went 3 for 6 from the field and 3 for 4 at the free throw line, finishing with 9 points. Then in the Windy City, star Cade Cunningham picked up where he left off from last season. Cade dropped 23 in the season opener with 10 assists. Well, whether it's being the star or the rotational vet, both former Cowboys look to show out in this year's NBA season. Well, that's all we have today from the Sports Corner, but don't go anywhere. A lethal virus for elephants may finally have a cure. Tyler and Reagan have it right after this.
I'm Travis Taylor. I'm the general manager for the Hotel Indigo Tulsa Downtown. I have a real good understanding of the food scene in Tulsa, and I've loved to see the way it's evolved over the years, and I'm glad to be part of it.
My name's Kevin Kyle. I'm the executive chef. I started here, the idea was to do something local. Everything that we try to do has Oklahoma products.
Tulsa is a big oil boom when we were the oil capital in the early 1900s. How Route 66 put Tulsa on the map. And the menu around that was, well, what would an oil worker take out in their lunchbox? That's how Prospect kind of came from.
We never get crazy busy, so we can do a lot of different things with food. And we can do things like wine dinners and have local dinners. We have a private dining room that people can come.
I think being at the heart of the old Route 66 has kind of weighed into us getting a lot of different things brought in from different areas of the United States. When I taste something on our menu for the first time, the first thing I go is, that's Tulsa.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, things my grandparents ate.
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
Ace in the Bowl salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl salsa is an olive oil based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
The list of nominees for the Songwriters Hall of Fame is out. Kennedy Quayle has it in your A-List update. Kennedy?
That's right, Reagan. The 2026 Songwriters Hall of Fame nominee list was released this morning with many notable names. Taylor Swift, LL Cool, Kenny Loggins, and Paul Stanley are just a few of the nominees. The Hall annually inducts performers and non-performers. Some non-performers include Christopher Stewart, who wrote Rihanna's Umbrella and Beyonce's Single Ladies, as well as country songwriter Larry Weiss, who wrote Glenn Campbell's Rhinestone Cowboy. Eligible voters have until December 4th to cast their vote, allowing 3 votes in the songwriter category and 3 in the performing songwriter category. The inductees will be announced in early 2026. That's all from me. Back to you guys at the desk.
In a major win for wildlife conservation, scientists have developed the first effective vaccine against elephant endotheliotropic herpes virus, or EEHV. It's a virus that has been one of the leading causes of death in young Asian elephants, both in zoos and in the wild. The vaccine uses a 2-dose regimen. The first dose provides an inactivated version of the virus, and the second acts as a booster to generate a strong immune response. So far, no harmful side effects have been reported. Researchers say this marks a landmark moment for elephant care and conservation herds globally. While it's too soon to say the virus is completely defeated, the breakthrough offers real hope that many future calves may be spared.
Today is National Horror Movie Day, a celebration of the chills, thrills, and jump scares of the horror genre. The date was chosen in honor of the birthday of the legendary horror film director Sam Raimi. From classic monsters to modern psychological terrors, horror movies allow us to confront our fears in a safe way. So gather your favorite scary flicks, dim the lights, and maybe invite a brave friend because the Scream Fest starts now. And don't forget to share your choices with the hashtag National Horror Movie Day. Tyler, I know you're going to be using that hashtag later. The question is, with what movie?
I certainly will, and I'll be putting on Leonardo DiCaprio and Titanic. What about you, Reagan?
I'm not a horror movie fan at all, so probably not going to be celebrating this one.
You know what? That's fair enough. Grayson, what about you? What's your favorite horror movie?
Kind of going off you, Tyler, La La Land's ending is terrifying. Yeah. But enough of that, let's get to the 7-day forecast. You can see that today was warmer, but as we get into these thunderstorms, the highs are going to be in the 60s and the lows are going to be dipping all the way into the 50s. As we get on into the middle of the week, you can also see that we'll have clouds and the highs in the 60s, but as next week goes on, we will see the sun come back out and it be in the 70s and lastly 63 on Wednesday for a high.
Grayson, you know, I noticed obviously you said La La Land, I went Titanic. Just checking in, is the desk all right? Are we okay?
Oh, I'm great. I'm great.
You know, I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure. Anyways, I am curious though, did you guys watch the speaker board video? Do you have a guess as to who the speaker might be?
I have to go with your guess. I think they're lying to us.
Listen, I think they're lying too. No matter what they say, I'm telling you, Reagan, I'm telling you, it's Jordan Fisher. I'll walk you guys through it afterwards. We don't have time right now because that's a look at today's headlines. We just want to thank you for joining us.
And make sure to check out the Daily O tomorrow and for the rest of the week for the latest happening here in Stillwater and across the state. For the Daily O, I'm Reagan Lee.
And I'm Tyler Tripodi. Have a great night, everyone.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Thank you for coming to Stay and Play Pet Resort. This is where we can board your pet at any time for your convenience and make them feel at home. We have 5 different kennels for your pet. We have luxury suites that come with TV, camera, fireplace. The webcam is at your free. We have Kitty City where you can board your cat for multiple different prices. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a free chauffeur service. If you go to Baker Animal Clinic, you can drop your pet off anywhere between 7:30 a.m. and no later than 8 a.m. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a game day sports package. For $37, you can drop your dog off during the game day as early as 7:30 in the morning. Policy states you do not have to pick up your pet up until 1 hour after the game. At Stay and Play Pet Resort, we thrive to treat your best and give them the best at-home feeling.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago. And so it kind